Hi, my name is Norme Borgelin, and I'm an expert at Facebook ads. So, Facebook ads, the way that they work, they all run off an algorithm. And the thing is, when you're writing your Facebook ads, there's a set of policies and just guidelines on what Facebook allows you to go ahead and write pertaining to your industry. Some industries don't really have a lot of restrictions. Other industries, unfortunately, they do have some restrictions, just like in real estate, finance, especially if you're trying to promise anything that could lead to something. Facebook wants to make sure that everything is fair, it's simple, and that people aren't really going to be bamboozled when they move on to the next site. So, one thing they look for is consistency. So when you're doing your Facebook ads, you don't want to go ahead and really put out an ad saying something of the sort, for example, red cherries, come over and get your red cherries. And then the person clicks on the ad and they go over to the website, the landing page, whatever you want to call it, and they get there and it's red strawberries or it's blue mangoes, right? Facebook and most algorithms on the internet, when you're running paid ads, it's almost like an auction, but they want to make sure that you're being congruent in what you're offering. So if the first ad is saying that there's supposed to be red cherries, when you get to the next part of the ad, which is the landing page, they also want to make sure that you're offering still red cherries. And it's going to be exactly what the person went ahead and advertised. So if you're not advertising that correctly, sometimes you'll see that your relevance score it drops because, to be honest, you're not giving the people exactly what you say that you're supposed to be giving them. One of the other things that also can hinder you is your ad spend. So oftentimes people think that if you just throw in a lot of dollars into Facebook ads, that it's just going to go ahead and spit out a lot of results, a lot of leads, a lot of whatever you want it to. And that's not absolutely correct. So one of the biggest reasons we do A/B split testing is because we want to really understand what the algorithm, what the internet, what the users, and what, overall, what the system, once it's built and running, what is that going to garner us? Is it going to get us great results? Is it showing us that XYZ costs XYZ? Is it showing us that leads are costing, let's say, for instance, a cost per lead $21.70 for a real estate lead? Or is it going to cost $170 because you're now competing in a completely different space with the keywords that you're going after and the type of companies that you're also building interest off of? Is it going to cost more? Is it going to cost more for your leads because of the time of year? There's a lot that deals with it, but we do A/B testing to figure out what is the best way to move forward with the results that we have, and also to see if, it's necessary to go ahead and get those things. So when it comes down to Facebook ads, the best thing that we like to do is keep your content simple. We want to make sure that the people understand exactly what we're doing so that they can engage. But at the same instance, also try to be creative. And I know it kind of sounds like it's a little bit backwards, but as creative as you get, you just want to make sure that there's a clear, concise understanding of what it is that you're offering and what the message is that you're trying to convey to your users. Second, make sure that you don't overload your ad budget. Control it. If you want to only spend up to $15 a day and you want to slowly scale up, make sure you're getting results before you say that, hey, I want to throw $20 more, $30 more in there. And so it doesn't just simply get eaten up. And three, continuously provide content. If not just because you're doing ads, but always provide content on your social media account, your Facebook account specifically, to make sure that, when people do visit it, it creates some consistency. It creates a type of congruency that allows your campaign to just be a little bit stronger. And make sure that you're checking your metrics. The algorithm it's like a web. So if you work it correctly, you're going to find that you get better results. If you aren't working it correctly and you don't put any expertise and knowledge behind it, you're going to also find that, you kind of get what you get. So my expertise on Facebook ads, we always want to make sure that we're retargeting. That's a huge, huge, huge thing that's going to also help you to make sure that you get a lot of customers. Sometimes, so e-commerce at times, or lead generation at times, it converts about 1% on the internet. And one of the things that we want to make sure is that we give ourselves more than 1%. So when we're retargeting our customers or potential clientele, by putting a Facebook pixel on and setting our campaigns for people who have visited the site who have not taken action, and we want them to take action, now we can go ahead and put direct advertising in front of them that allows them to go ahead and feel a certain way. So let's say, for instance, they went to our site for real estate and they didn't go ahead and make a move. My next advertisement to them, as now they're my warm audience, I would then go ahead and say something of the sort. Did you lose the opportunity? Oh, sorry. I'd say something of the sort. Don't lose the opportunity to get an all cash offer right now. Hurry, time is ticking. Go ahead and click the button right now to get an all cash offer. So hit them with my call to action, give them a little bit of urgency, but also, these are people who've been to the site before, so I don't really need to speak on too much. But then we can continuously retarget them as much as we want, or as much as we feel that we need to. So with Facebook ads, that's another thing that's huge. Just make sure that you're also retargeting, because if you're not, you're leaving a huge portion of sales, a huge portion of audience, a huge portion of just what could happen. And you're not really taking advantage of it, because the most successful campaigns are, to be fair, they have retargeting sequences lined up in them. So that's part of what I know and understand about Facebook ads.